Kiambu County Assembly, Turkana County Assembly, West Pokot County Assembly, Samburu County Assembly, Kajiado County Assembly, Kericho County Assembly, Bomet County Assembly, Kakamega County Assembly, Vihiga County Assembly, Bungoma County Assembly, Busia County Assembly, Siaya County Assembly, Kisumu County Assembly, Homa Bay County Assembly, Migori County Assembly, Kisii County Assembly, Nyamira County Assembly, and Nairobi County Assembly. I did say Taita Taveta. I skipped, sorry. Taita Taveta County Assembly. Sorry for that. We have the great delegation from National Assembly. The Senate, the great delegation of the Senate. We have our honorary observers, the East Africa Legislative Assembly, the Ugandan Parliament, the Tanzanian Parliament, National Lands Commission, Judiciary Services Commission, and Mzalendo Kenya. So Mzalendo were here yesterday. Anyway, we have our resource and personnel, Venesa, Akiwumi, Professor Robert Oduri, Dr. James Oranga, and Dr. Martin Koyabe. Those are our great delegation as we wait for Mrs. Serah Kioko. Some music, please, as we wait.
Sorry. Yes, sir.
I don't know, it's yours. Just confirm it. And if you go to here, if you want to go now, you want to remove the appointment. Let me push this up. Then you can put one new foot. Okay.
We are honored of the presence of Serah Kioko, the who is taking us through self-awareness as a workplace and including the discussion with the exclusion of Venesa Akiwumi. Okay. So, as the next president, we are going to have a discussion as opposed to suspension in the government. How can we have this discussion? Now, that's what we actually we're going to have a wonderful discussion today. Our first topic is on self-awareness at the workplace. I just want to provoke a discussion about ourselves. After me, in particular, who died something this area, who tell us something. And after her, we're going to have a panel, as you can see in the program. And then we will carry on the discussion. The first thing that we should learn from what we saw is so why do we need self-awareness? Why is self-awareness important? The my answer is that because in any organization, the heart of that organization is the people, is employees, is the people that work for this organization. And employees are the driving force behind the success of any organization. So whether you're talking about the yesterday, when we're looking at I think we are going to need a lot of innovation. So, and without innovation, the institutions are going to be stagnant. But if people are not well, they cannot innovate, they cannot innovate. If you are in the profit-making world, in the corporate world, you will need profits, and profits can only be driven by a healthy employee, not anything else. Legislatures are not an exception in this regard. If they are going to succeed, they have to be aligned to the fact that the employees in the legislature also need to be healthy. And many times when employees are suffering, the institutions cannot perform. An employee who is not well at work will not be well at home. If you are not well at work, you might have problems in sleeping. You might have problems with relationships with other people. You might get depressed. Finally, you could die. So wellness is so critical to yourself and to the institution for which you work. Knowing that at the national level, I'm sure something is happening at the county level, but at the national level in the legislature, the PSC has prioritized wellness. And that's one of the pillars of the strategic plan of the PSC, the current strategic plan, is provision of modern facilities and a healthy working environment. If you look at our strategic plan, the current strategic plan of the PSC, the plan of preparing budget, one of the strategic pillars is to provide modern facilities and to ensure that the environment in which the staff work is healthy. So we will be taking attention on all the important things. And you know what can I do? A number of steps that we can take. For example, provide the with a good medical care. And give priority to the health of the workers. I'd like to remind you, we are having a discussion. The panelists will talk about the panelists especially from the county and champions in Kenya. We have been cascaded down to the county level. Some of these ones the last video which we have to quote the leader, the engagement. We are especially for human activities, alcohol, nutrition, knowledge, therefore, practitioners, everything that affects you, the PSC has to improve at the national level, appeal both that you can learn to and we have 24 hours medical content so that if you get something when you are trying, if you don't have content, something will be more to respond to you. Because you can correct yourself to yourself. Most opportunities across the country. So that if you are on duty in Kisumu, there's a place you can go and do it. Then you can be attended. You don't have to come back to Nairobi to find to get medical thought. Whenever you are traveling, the PSC is sending you out on an assignment. When you travel insurance, there is usually my school. But even when you're out there, you need to be able to be attended. Your health matters. The PSC has actually established a good post-retirement medical scheme for its employees. I think to say thank you to you. You have served, you have left, but we are still concerned that you need to do well. So even in retirement, there is medical coverage. The PSC has provided us a secure workplace. It will not be capable. healthy environment in the circumstances. At the National Parliament, we have a health, occupational safety and health committee in compliance with the OSHA law. The Occupational Safety and Health Act, that is what OSHA is. And you know, to ensure your safety, periodically the PSC have provided training for fire marshals across the directorates. I'm sure some of you seated here have been trained, especially those from the National Parliament. And right now, the PSC is in the process of developing an occupational safety and health policy, which has existed, not in writing, but now it's going to be written in compliance again with the law. I'm just mentioning a few things that have been done to take care of you who work at the national level. I'm sure at the county assemblies, you have your own story. For lactating mothers at the National Parliament, there is a place where you can come with your baby, have the baby sit there, and at intervals, you just go and attend to your baby. You go breastfeed, because the health of that baby is important for this nation. And also, when your baby is healthy, your mind is at rest, and you can deliver optimally. And you know the PSC has also provided a lactating mother with a baby below 1 year. If you're going on duty within Kenya, you can pull your baby along with you to the workplace. From time to time, the PSC gives us opportunity to invite our health service provider to come and conduct healthy talks. And I'm grateful to the current hospital. They have come a number of times and have spoken to us about health. So a lot is being done at the national level. We have a good bereavement policy, because when you are bereaved, then you need to be at peace. It's a very hard time. So to take care of you at that time, it's a good bereavement policy. We provide compassionate leave as and when we need nurses. I'm just naming a few things that have been done at the national legislature to take care of the worker so that we can function optimally. I'm not a health expert, I'm a health expert. The one that knows about wellness better than I will be speaking to us. I was just looking at the area, a number of areas of wellness, and I just want to dwell on a few. I want to consider on mental wellness, wellness of your mind, the wellness of your body, which is physical wellness, your financial wellness, and then the wellness of your working environment. And lastly, I also wanted to have a look at your work-life balance you mentioned, because I want to spur a discussion. I'm sure you will prove out many more things you will not be able to do. So when we talk about mental wellness, what are we talking about? Somebody, this is a discussion that I want us to have. what do you think? What is it when you think about mental wellness? How much is it in the area that you don't know what is actually. But what comes to mind when you think about mental wellness? I think we need to have a discussion as opposed to this and mental wellness. What is it? What does it mean to you? We are going to move on.
Thank you. It would relate to the state of mind that you are in, you're free of stress and other things that affect your daily work. Because if mentally you are not in good health, it's bound to affect every aspect of your life. Because if mentally you're broken, physically you're also broken, and you cannot do much if your mental state is not good. So being free of stress, among other ailments. Thank you.
Thank you. Mental wellness has to do with the freedom from stress, having a mind that is free to think and to construct and to innovate, and is not encumbered by anything. It's a mind that is taken care of so that you can think in a focused manner. Do we have instances of mental challenges at the workplace? Do we? Just answer yes or no.
Yes.
Do we experience cases of mental breakdown at the workplace?
Yes.
The question to ask now, that happens. And given that the society has always associated lack of mental wellness with some sort of stigma, how do we then deal with it? For example, if a man or a male worker, a male employee has a challenge in their mind, they are depressed, they are stressed, how do we deal with it without making the man feel less for the man? Because you know society puts men in a very straight jacket. And then one can go if you could be the one heading the director, what you are here. The people do not expect the director, for example, to break it down. But the director can break down because they are human. So the question of responsibility. So if the man who is not expected to break down, men are supposed to be strong, be a man. Because it's one of how do we ensure this man who is sick gets treatment while at the same time protecting the dignity of this man so that he remains man? And you know, institutions are not. The minute I know that somebody is unwell, how can we attend to you? While at the same time protecting your dignity, your standing. And there's nothing to be ashamed about being mentally and when they are sick. And what are we doing about society? So, and I mean society at the workplace, so that we know it is normal to get unwell. It's normal to break down. It's normal to be stressed. It's normal. You can get depressed because you are human. You shouldn't, but it can happen to you. So we don't look at it and think that if it happens, then we come out nation. You're finished. How do the surroundings where you work affect our mental health? I don't know if you recall, you may not have seen, but there was an article in one of our news bulletins at 9 o'clock, and there was a police officer who had been posted to the northeastern region of our country. And I think they witnessed shootings, and that officer also affected, and they couldn't continue working. So what the officer did is that he started duty and he went home and he didn't show up for a while. In fact, I think he decided he left. And after I entered Venesa, did you see that? Askari, and you know Askari and Askari were very strong to face any exam. But the exam Askari was going to could be a young or later, if you are seeing bandits shooting and killing, and like I will not die. So you have run back home without telling anyone, stayed at home, stopped working, and they joined their home. And I remember, thanks to the police, National Police Service, they went to look for him. I lived at the place for several years. We called him back to work. I am sure they rehabilitated him and also, because the story didn't continue much. And I hope the man is back on duty. We are all not working in the same environment. Because here, we have people working in county assemblies within areas that are affected by insecurity, serious insecurity. There's a lot of attitude in the counties of Werimo, Opanga, Pokot, I think it's Pokot, if I'm not sure. Samburu sometimes. How are we likely to affect? Because you know, bandits can even start at the county assembly premises. How is this likely to affect a person? No other employee will be supposing his track, and you can keep him supposing his track, and it affects you, and it gets you sick, gets you depressed, whether real or imagined the threat. I hope we can hear experience as we go on about how such incidents affect us. What is the thing that stress you as a Hansard staff? Many times you are using machines that could later affect your learning. I don't know how you don't know. I can tell you this, that is something. I told you this, can always do that.
So I just add
If
it
you
and
keep
add more
thinking
information.
about the effect of the machines that you are using, then you are thinking that the time of time is 60. And this means the time. What are we looking at? Then what do you think ought to be done for sector-specific concerns to address your mental well-being usually? In this conversation, that should come out. What do you need to do as an individual? What do we need to do as an institution to address your concern? And when I speak, sometimes I hear I'm not. From where director sees, from where they see they are likely to hear more than you are hearing. And from what I gather, I've been asking myself whether we do not need a psychiatric clinic in Parliament. And within the legislatures in the counties. Because employees are burdened. In fact, members of Parliament are burdened. You may not know the impact of discussing a member's private life publicly, especially in social media. This member has children. When you expose things, first of all, they are illegal. So they are, I don't know what the it's make those men illegal. They are dealing with their leaders. And I mean, some leaders are up in social media and covering these leaders. And you've seen it again and again, especially in Kenya. Perhaps social media, Uganda, in Tanzania, and in Uganda. What happens when these people are exposed? I personally had requests from members. Can we have a place where we can even just get long thoughts when we are? You may not know we are very strong. Human being. Why can I help myself? You want to cry, I cry. Someone I can wash my face and come out. And staff have their own issues. The question I'm asking myself, is it time when we go Hansard, as a Catholic clinic, and being the presence of the legislature to attend to the needs of both staff and our leaders? And if we were to have it, where would it be? Because I'm not sure people want to be seen going there. It should be normal to go, but I don't know whether even as a staff at that point where they just want to walk there freely. Everybody just sees you walk to that clinic. So if we were to have one, where would we position it and how and we, because also health issues are private. They want to be kept confidential. So where would it be if we were to have it? I don't know what I'm asking you, but I have questions. Those are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. When we talk about physical wellness, what are we talking about? Your ability to come to work, be at work on time, deliver without any interruption, that comes from within you, on account of you're not doing well. What are the factors that contribute to your physical wellness. Do you have a part to play? I have told you that at the national level we are not medical. But something I have just observed is that if I were to be asked, I would want my health that does not require me to make use of this medical cover. Are you like me? I would not want to go to hospital. The safest way, or the best thing would be I didn't visit any hospital throughout the year. So, what are some of the things that you can do to promote your own well-being? What do you need to do? Working around? What do you need to do to promote your own well-being as an individual?
Thank you. In this era of technology, now that we are on AI, there are so many apps online, the Google Store, that you can download, and you just follow them, even in the comfort of your small room. They just guide like for 30 minutes every morning or in the evening on how just to keep fit, either cardiac exercise, muscle exercise, depending on the need that you feel you have. So I feel that there are so many opportunities today than they were yesterday on as far as keeping fit is concerned. There are also a lot of people who have invested in training on YouTube. You just need to download, for example, if it is January, just a few clips, and you follow the people, the team that is doing the exercise in the YouTube, and you keep fit. I feel that as much as the employer has invested a lot in taking care of our wellness, and that is our health, we have a personal responsibility to reciprocate the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. There's so much, as we say. If you don't know it, you can look at so much information without information. So when we were growing up, it wasn't fashionable to move. We know the people who are the car or motorbikes who are now that was the thing. But you realize that walking is better than being in a car at the end of the day. We know that the people who eat vegetables throughout and beans and that kind of thing, they were not, it wasn't very good. Like you can have meat, morning, lunchtime, dinner, anytime, then you are the person to eat. But will not necessarily be the case. The part of eating vegetables and beans suddenly is better than the one with a lot of meat at their disposal. So, what are you eating? What are you doing with yourself? You drive in the morning, you arrive at 7, you sleep, and wake up at 9 p.m. before the National Assembly. Normally sits up very, very, very hours. You just sit at home. What do you need to do so that you don't sit there? What do you need to do so that as you sit there, the referee is not just asking for, because now you can order from them. And somebody brings you meat while you're seated. And you will go home at night to your bed, very tired. You don't want to do anything. You don't even want to cook. You just want to sleep. When you do that, what are you doing to yourself? can the institution of the legislature, what can the legislature do to develop and implement wellness programs? You know, the PhD has tried to keep allowing you to have experts come to speak to you. But is there more that you can do to address your health concerns? Maybe not even necessarily employing you. When we provide, for example, the Nyagah study, because we sometimes pay for the study, for you to be able to go and exercise. How many of us, or you want to ask me, where is the time? Because your assignments and deadlines. So yes, the field is there, but here is the time to go for it. Again, it has to be in your own to-do list to prioritize. Whatever has been provided for you to find time to go and keep healthy. What is the price around us? Our client is a very aggressive client. And these days, you haven't seen physical confrontation. Remember when I was speaking at time, you know, some of his clothes were torn completely. I meant that it. What if they jump to the answer box? And I don't know whether in Tanzania you have a box, maybe you sit in close proximity. And in Uganda, what if they just get along and they decide they want to relieve their anger with somebody, and they hold your sharp, and even people told you, know, if you want to fight back, you can fight back. But even a lady legislator decides to hold your sharp, and you know you can't push them because you might push them and fall. I love to kick you, so what are the safety measures that in place? And in fact, worldwide legislatures are becoming more and more heated places. At the county level, I have seen, when was it? Which county assembly was that? Where the clerk recently ran away, you know, it's an escape. I think it was the clerk herself, it was a lady. The clerk at the chair was there. It was a lady. I can't remember what they were discussing, but I remember the lady what happened. She just ran through the back door and ran away. I was asking, like, what was that? Where was that? It was Nyagah. Or Nyandarua. It was just recently. Yes. Which one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Laikipia, yes. Laikipia. How safe are you as you report? As you sit at the table, how do we secure you now? Because you have to sit at the table, you have to go to the board, even if you wanted to protect you. And sometimes you walk with the water paper, which looks harmless. Suddenly people get worked up. I don't know what happens. People just get worked up and water is flowing. If you don't even keep water at the place where we used to keep it, they have to go out and pick water. Because we realize water bottles can be used as a weapon. So we have to be aware of the fact that there are things that even the institutions may not perfect. Today I tell you to try and do some math, and when my time is up, you will tell me. Do some math on how much you use on charity. Philanthropy. If I tell you to do a calculation of how much money you use on those things, you find that you use a lot. So how do you create a limit without becoming isolated from the rest of the people because they matter? How much can you support the people that you have to support? How do you draw the limit? Because you are not God. You can't do everything for everybody. You can't do even everything for your brother and your sister. How do you pick the essentials and see how to manage and not become the savior of everyone, because you can't? So that you manage your financial well-being well. Are you saving? Are you doing some saving? How many things are you doing? How many, you want to start a kiosk, and you also want to start a salon, you also want to start, by the end of the day, you scatter your money and you find you are not helpful. You want to start a chicken rearing, you want to plant beans, you want to plant bananas, you want to construct a house. By the end of the day, you get totally disorganized and you find you are not managing. And men are good at that. Just staying there and you find somebody in a home that you invested in, both of you, to construct. Somebody went and took a loan with that home as a security, that house that you constructed together. And then they mismanage everything, and then you find that home or that house is being auctioned. You get a shock of your life. How do you avoid this? Can you do one thing at a time? Can you have a program where you do chicken when you know you have succeeded? Then you move on to planting skuma. If you have succeeded, you can try planting miwa. Excuse me. And you do one thing at a time. You can even leave one and move to the next. And by the way, because I see we do not have very aged people here, the time to save is now. Not to wait until you are 50 to start saving. The time to start saving, organizing the time to think about your retirement is now. The day you are employed, you start thinking about your retirement that day. Getting organized for retirement that day. If I were to ask in this group, if I had a microscope to see your financial state, how many of us would be pecuniary embarrassed if we were to be assessed now? Answer yourself. How did you get to that? How do you get out of that? And once and for all, legislatures in Kenya are some of the best institutions to work for in terms of compensation to the employee. Right, wrong? I know I am not wrong. Compared to the rest of, even compared to the private sector, legislatures are some of the safest institutions to work for in terms of compensation of employees. What are you doing with what you get as your compensation, as your remuneration? Living at large? And I'm not telling you to hurt yourself, but I want to tell you to be diligent. When you get an increment, do you expand your appetite before you decide what am I saving? So that once I leave employment, I can still maintain this lifestyle. Or even to make sure that even if you leave employment where you're answering to somebody, you can self-employ and live your life to the fullest. When you are self-embarrassed, when you suffer pecuniary embarrassment, remember it doesn't just affect you. It affects even the organization for which you work. So to take care of yourself and the organization, you need to make sure that you do not get into pecuniary embarrassment. I said when I was beginning, I know the PSC, and I want to hope even in the assemblies, you've been given tools that enable you to do your work without stressing you. I know we haven't done everything, but at least you are not comparing yourself to the rest of the public service. Something has been done for you to provide some good working place. And I said for the at the national level, one of the strategic pillars of the PSC, the Parliamentary Service Commission, is to provide a working environment that is suitable for employees, to give you facilities that are suitable. I'm not asking because I can say the way I'm being looked at. Like, do you know what I'm sitting on? Do you know I don't have the tools that you're talking about? But let's discuss, let's see what we can do. If the tools are not right, what have you done about it? Have you worked it out? And I know the last time we had a workshop as National Assembly ourselves, there are things that we pointed out about our working environment. I remember some staff saying where they are seated is a server room. And a lot happens in a server room. But I can't remember, I thought we said then we need to request for some adjustment. I can't remember seeing any request for people to, for that matter to be addressed, for people to move. I haven't seen that. So that then we don't talk and then we don't follow up with action. How is the working environment at the county level? And I know here we have 47 institutions that I'm talking about. So what is happening in Nyeri may not necessarily be what is happening in Mandera or what is happening in Taita Taveta, for example, or Machakos. At the national level, I have said, and I want to repeat that we've gone out of our way to provide working tools to our staffers. And we are willing to use the limited resources. It may not happen in the span of lightning, but you get what you request. But as you plan for it and put it within your work plan, and using our limited resources, we try to provide as much as we can, and we will endeavor to do that. I'm sure, even if I don't know the county management teams, they are doing similar. But the aspect of planning, so that you don't imagine that we need computers and you just spring up and say today, I need a computer. But we adhere to the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act, which requires that we identify, we put it in our plans, we put it in our procurement plans, and then we procure. Now that takes time, so planning is important in this aspect. But just to assure that our accounting officers will support us to get the tools that we need to work. The tools which should be replaced periodically. I don't know how long you've been with the computer that you are using, because technology requires that after a while we replace tools, that you are not using one computer for 10 years. And on your part as a member of staff, when the employer has done what they have done, how are you doing your part? That's part of wellness. How are you coming to work? What time do you report to work? How much do you stay at the workstation? When do you sign off for going home? Maybe Hansard may not be too culpable because Hansard doesn't have much choice. If the house is sitting, Hansard will be there. I have not asked your directors, but can they depend on you? So that if you are supposed to be at the Hansard box, you are there at the right time. If you are supposed to produce your script, you produce it, because the Hansard is a chain. Are you the weakest link in the chain? And if you are you aware? And if you are aware, what are you doing about it? Because the institution is depending on you. You might think you are doing a very small bit, but your bit connects to the bit of the next person, to the bit of the next person. And at the end of the day, we produce a report that, as I said yesterday, is useful, not just for Parliament, but for other institutions. How are you taking care of yourself at family level? Do you have time for anyone else? Do you have friends? Or this job has made you one-man army? It's you, go to your house, come back to work, nobody, no other connection, you're just by yourself, no ties with family. But what do you think at the national level? What do you think of the bill? There was a bill from the Senate. I thought it was a very good bill. I think now it is at mediation. You know, there was a bill on, it is called what? There is a bill I think it is amending legislation to make the workplace better for the employee. For example, it requires that you disengage from your employer after working hours. I don't know how practical that will be for Parliament. At midnight, something has happened, and I need a Hansard report. But now the law is written that says I can't call Mr. Wanyoko to get this assistance. I thought it was a good bill to let off employees to go and be human beings outside work. But I remember in the National Assembly, a very heated debate about on this bill, especially given the kind of atmosphere we are living in. It has a lot of merit, but then challenging, especially at this time, where even time has stopped to count, you know. The people who work in using artificial intelligence, for example, may be required. Our time zones are not the same. You are working for an institution that is based in Australia. The time zone for Australia and Kenya, that are different. For Canada is a different matter. For the US is a different matter. Even for Europe. Even within East Africa, we are not on the same time zone. Even within the East African community. So how do we take care of those factors in the age of technology? But how also do we harness so that we don't lose what is good because of the circumstances in which we are living? I personally had really thought that was a very good piece, and I still think it's a very good piece of legislation. But a lot of reflection was put to it, so that we may need to panel beat it, so that it is in tandem with the circumstances within which we are living as society. I can go on and on, but wellness, as I wrap up, is key. It's not something that we can wish away, because if you are not well, if the employee is not well, the institution is not well, and the nation is not well, and the world is not well. No one is well until the employee is well. So we need to put effort. First of all, at our individual level, we have a responsibility. At the institutional level, institutions will do what they can. I don't know what you think should be done better, and I hope I will be hearing that as we continue with this discussion. On what you think PSC should do better, on what you think the County Assembly Service Board should do better, on what you think IALA should do better to make sure you are well so that you deliver. I want to stop here and invite Ms. Akilano to give us her Akiwumi. We have somebody else before me? Yes, here. Oh, I hand over to the chair. Thank you very much for listening to me. Let's hear from the expert. Asanteni.
Thank you, Mrs. Serah Kioko, for your remarks. The rejoinder from Miss Akiwumi, Venesa. Karibu sana. Sorry for that. I would wish that we go for tea break, and then Miss Vanessa Akiwumi, together with the panelist, will come for the discussion after the tea break. Thank you very much.
30 minutes. So mine won't be longer than 30 minutes. So chop chop.